Deus Ex Machina. You know those moments when everything seems crashing down and the hero comes shining through, just in the nick of time to save a damsel in distress, someone the hero loves, or in many cases, for the hero to save themselves. Dragon Ball is definitely not a shy customer to this plot device, and in Dragon Ball Super Chapter 58, we were reminded of how epic Goku's fight entrances can be. And joining us in today's video is the one and only Geekdom101.
Happy to be here talking about the 7 best Goku entrances in Dragon Ball. My number 7 is from the Saiyan Saga.
なんだもう死ぬつもりかこいつは挨拶が悪いだ
During the fight with Nappa and Vegeta, mostly with Nappa being out there and Vegeta watching, the situation seemed very bleak at the time because all the Z fighters, all of Goku's friends have been wiped out, and Krillin and Gohan by themselves really had no chance against Nappa and Vegeta, and you could forget about Yajirobe, so Goku's arrival there was pivotal. Nappa's about to finish off Gohan, then suddenly Gohan disappears, and we look over and we see Gohan on the Nimbus Cloud, on Kingtone, and it's just floating there. And then you look up and you see Goku in the heavens, or in the skies, not literally the heavens, in the heavens as in the skies, looking down on everyone, ready to fight. And then when he gets down there, he proves that he might have been a low-class warrior as a baby, but he's moved way beyond that now. And now Nappa and Vegeta would be forced to battle Goku and witness the result of his training and become victims of the mighty Kaioken.
But as we climb up our list to number 6, we have Goku meets Frieza. Vegeta is on his deathbed after being tortured by Frieza, and in addition to this, we also see a situation where Krillin, Piccolo, and Gohan are all helplessly watching Vegeta being tortured by Frieza. And when Goku arrives after recovering from the rejuvenation chamber, we see a totally different moment. Vegeta had already implied that Goku may have tapped into Super Saiyan abilities, and while Goku wasn't a Super Saiyan yet, you could definitely see that both himself and Frieza were on a totally different level from everybody else. And in the scene where we see Goku reflecting Frieza's energy blast from the death beam, that truly signaled that Goku was not one to be messed with. And as we see Vegeta dying and being proud of what Goku has become, we can truly see that the mantle of power has been passed over to Goku once again as the battle between he and Frieza began, embarking on what we would know is the most iconic fight in Dragon Ball history.
Number 5 might not be an epic moment out in the battlefield, but it is one that I think is not only iconic but also emotional, and the first time we see Goku as an adult. Most of us here in the West saw Dragon Ball Z first, so if you've seen Dragon Ball Z first, and you then go back and watch Dragon Ball all the way through, seeing Goku go from child to adult is not only a moving experience after training with Kami, but also one that is filled with nostalgia because most of us were familiar with Goku as an adult. But if you're watching the series in order, this is just as important, if not even more important, because we have been so accustomed to seeing Goku as a child, and now this is the first time we're seeing him as an adult, which was a very, very risky move by Toriyama because many people in Japan thought it was a big mistake to have a shonen protagonist grow up, not just to mention that it was voiced by the same voice actress. But Toriyama did it, and the way he unwraps his cloths and the way he talks about how Bulma, he thinks she's bleeding even though she's wearing lipstick, like it's the same old Goku, the same old innocent Goku, ready to do battle in the greatest battle in all of Dragon Ball, if you ask me, Goku versus Piccolo Jr. at the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. And up until this point, even though Goku has remained an adult and gotten older and older, that's pretty much how most of the world knows Goku, as an adult, and that's the first time we saw him. So to me, it is a very iconic entrance and one that is powerful. Very powerful.
But as we arrive at number 4, we stay on the subject of Dragon Ball, and we have the situation of Mercenary Tao. Now, if you guys remember, early in Dragon Ball, Goku fought Mercenary Tao twice. The first time that he fought against him, he lost horribly. Then he climbed up Korin's tower and trained with him. And the training that Goku got with Korin was actually very unique because Goku thought that in absorbing the sacred water that he would get these magical powers, even though later on he actually does drink the sacred water to get stronger, but that's another subject for another day. And although not realizing at the time, Goku was actually training himself in a much more conventional way with Korin without even needing this super magical water to take him to the next level in fighting against Mercenary Tao. And the thing that made this even more important is that Goku was dealing with the first major feeling of death in Dragon Ball, with Appa's father Bora dying and Goku having to avenge his death and also get the Dragon Balls to bring him back to life. And seeing that this was the first true time that Goku made a major entrance where he had a huge power jump, and in addition to this, he was fighting for something so serious, made this one of the most iconic entrances in Dragon Ball.
Number 3 is one of the most gory moments in the entire series. During the reign of Demon King Piccolo, he had pretty much ruled the world, and the only one left to stand up to him was Ten Shinhan, and he was facing off against Drum, who was Piccolo's top lieutenant at the time. Goku appears, but he proceeds to not only knock out Drum and defeat him with one blow, but he literally kicked his eyeball out of his socket. But what the anime has the manga does not have is the unbelievable soundtrack from Shinsuke Kikuchi, where it plays this epic theme here where Goku, they show him like as a silhouette and they show him from behind, and he turns around and has this incredible determined look on his face that to me is one of the most iconic images of Goku ever. I love this entrance so much because within just a few panels or within a few minutes, Toriyama tells us right away that the tide is about to turn.
But as you would have guessed from the intro of this video, our runner-up is Goku's arrival against Morrow and Saganbo. And if there's one common theme that we've always seen throughout Goku's entrances, it would be his level of excitement. Even when the chips are down and when all of Goku's friends are struggling against their opposition, Goku arrives, and when Krillin asks him how he feels, Goku says that he's excited. A key theme that we've seen all throughout Dragon Ball, with the appearance of Cell and even Frieza going back to Dragon Ball Z. And what makes this truly epic is that Goku is moving at such a speed that not only is Gohan and Piccolo not able to pick it up, but Jaco, who has a special type of vision, is able to do it while not being a fighter. And the fight against Saganbo is impressive because not only was Saganbo using his own abilities, but he was also being helped by Morrow and being even more powerful than he normally was, to the point where he actually exploded on the inside and died because of it. And it is this moment where Goku was able to truly master something that only the gods of Dragon Ball were able to do. During the Tournament of Power, he only tapped into Ultra Instinct with extreme circumstances with the Spirit Bomb, fighting against Kefla, or in the manga with some assistance from Master Roshi. But now, this is something that Goku has truly mastered, and seeing what happens after this is only up to our imagination.
So after 6 other options, what could possibly be the number 1? What is the most epic moment as far as Goku's entrance goes in Dragon Ball? This, to me, is so unbelievably epic for various reasons. Goku pushed his body to the absolute brink during the training inside of the ship, the gravity training, and mastered new abilities he had never been able to do before. But there's one thing that a lot of fans never pick up on. I did a video about this a while back about Goku's gi and the symbolism behind it. When Goku first arrives on Namek, the symbol on the front of his gi is not the Kame Sennin symbol for Master Roshi's training, nor is it the Kaiosama symbol from King Kai, Kaiosama. He is wearing the Go symbol, the symbol that represents himself, which means that in his own mind, at this point in the series, Goku has attained complete mastery of his body. And this actually bleeds over into the Cell and Android saga because Goku does become a master in that arc to Gohan. So when you look at this scene and how much of a genius Toriyama was back in 1990, it just goes to show there's little things like that you pick up on that show that this is a truly evolved Goku beyond anything we've seen prior to this moment.
And while Goku always survives in dire situations as part of Deus Ex Machina, in this specific situation, you could see that Krillin was pretty much knocked out by Recoome, Gohan's neck was broken, and Vegeta's entire body was broken up from his battle with Recoome earlier. So from a visual point of view, you could truly see how dark and painful the battle was that our friends were fighting against. And the fact that it was only Recoome that really did all of this damage really put more tension in the situation, because Goku would not only have to go up against Recoome, but he also has to fight against Birder and Jace. And what makes this epic is that Goku shows how strong he is in one blow. He immediately knocks out Recoome, and from there on, you know that this is a totally different Goku. And when we analyze this deeper, this was the moment where Vegeta really began to think of Goku as a Super Saiyan. So for iconic moments, Goku's arrival is truly important. And while we're on the subject of Goku, you're definitely going to want to check out Geekdom's video on Ultra Instinct Goku vs. Morrow. In addition to this, if you've ever wondered what if Goku died forever and how that would turn out, I did a what if on that, in addition to the 5 stages of Goku and Vegeta's rivalry. And until next time, stay cool and stay safe, my friends.